Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Yamil, and today I want to talk about letting go. And I have been helping people get divorced for the last 10 years or so, and I'm more of a holistic kind of document preparer. I help people prepare the documents, get them filed in the state of Florida. But beyond that, I do a lot of advice, and a lot of it is based on my own experience. And so this is one of those videos where we go into healing and feeling better, even though you are going through a divorce process. So one of the things that happens a lot is that people will come to me and they want me to help them with the divorce process. But then, once we send them the documents, they go radio silence for months, and then later on they'll come back and say, "Yeah, I want to push that through. We tried it again, it didn't work out," and that's because a lot of times we don't let go properly, and so we revisit the same situation, the same relationship, without any actual changes. So in other words, let's say that there was some miscommunication problem, and then they separated for a few weeks, but instead of working on themselves, what they do is they focus a lot of times on what the other partner did wrong. And but then a few weeks later, they kind of soften their stance, and they start feeling lonely and start feeling jealous. Maybe the other person is starting to move on. Maybe they realize the other person is dating, or the other person just breaks them down, begging, and then the relationship rekindles and restart, but under the same foundation. So in other words, the problem that existed is still there. It never got resolved. It never got, somebody say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I won't do it again." But there was no true work into why the situation happened. For example, if you were cheated on, right? Your partner cheated on you. And of course, you go through a lot of emotions. You're very hurt. It is rightfully so that, you kind of want to end the relationship. But the whole time that you're separated, you're thinking of how he did this or she did this to you, but don't really go deep into, okay, how did I show up in the relationship? Were there any signs that this person was not happy that I didn't attend to, catch to? What can I do differently in the future so that this doesn't happen again? What part of me even attracted that? Because a lot of times, I believe in the law of attraction, all that stuff, so bear with me. But whatever you put your attention to, whatever you focus on, it will materialize, it will grow. So if you were always worried that this person was going to cheat on you, and then that person cheated on you, I'm not saying that, oh yeah, you deserve it. But what I'm saying is that could perhaps your focus on that make you not attend to other needs of that person, or because sometimes the thing is that it's in the Bible and all that, and Job got what he feared the most, because he feared it. So whatever you focus on your attention is going to materialize. So if you feel, oh, everybody cheats on me, yeah, you're right. Everybody's going to cheat on you, So my job here in this video, hopefully, is to kind of wake you up to start thinking differently and have different expectations. I'm not saying to go blind. I'm not saying to ignore. But what I'm saying is to focus on what makes you feel so weak, right? So out of control, like you cannot, like you have no control over your emotions, or what makes you feel that you're not good enough that you're going to get abandoned or cheated on, So focus on you, on how you're showing up to your relationships. Are you showing up, as a queen, as I have it together? I don't need a relationship. I want to be in a relationship versus I need to be in a relationship because I need to be validated, but I know you're going to cheat on me. So yeah, there you go. So how are you showing up into your relationship? It's actually the foundation of what you need to work on if you end up separated. And again, it doesn't have to be cheating. It could be anything else. It could be, maybe the person is financially responsible. Okay, so I chose a person that was financially responsible, and that's not good for me. How can I show up differently? Or what are the things that if we get reconciled, what are the things that are going to show me that this person we're going to be aligned towards the same goals? What is that? Like, don't ignore it. Once you say, okay, I'm done because, you have a gambling problem, or let's just say gambling problem for this moment. What steps is that person taking to get better? And, like gambling, any addiction, it takes a long time. It takes about a year to really break those habits. It starts with a process. What are they doing to get better? And then you need to decide, are you going to wait a year, or are you going to wait 3 months or 6 months? Give yourself time. Don't jump into it right away. You don't need to rescue anybody. Let me say it again for the ones in the back. You don't need to rescue anybody. Relationships are not about rescuing, okay? Relationships are about learning from each other lessons that in order for us to reach a higher conscience, to reach understanding of ourselves, to learn more about ourselves, okay? Sometimes we are on what they call twin flame relationships, which means we are dating or marrying or married to a mirror of ourselves that shows us the areas of our life that we need to change. But we're so focused into them that we don't pay attention to, okay, our growth, our development, our responsibility, okay? When a relationship breaks, it usually takes two. There's usually a role. I say usually because there are exceptions to every rule. Sometimes we're just lied to. Like, we didn't know, what the heck. I didn't know he was a cheater before I married him, So there are, times, but there's also time when you break up and you're starting to understand the relationship. I highly recommend you get a journal and start writing. Write your story from your point of view. And then when you read it actually, as you're writing it, you're going to start seeing patterns of your own behavior. If you focus on growing from this, learning your lessons, if that person comes back, you're going to be better positioned to improve the relationship. But then at that point, you're also going to have certain expectations of growth from the other person. Neither one of you should show up in the same spirit, the same energy, the same bad habits, okay? We should take separation and truly grow from that. And grow meaning I'm no longer going to focus on what they're doing wrong, why they're doing this, why they're doing that, why they broke my heart. No, I'm going to focus into me, healing, feeling better, making better decisions, self-care, taking care of myself, whatever that means to you, okay? I just recently went through, a divorce, and I personally did a list I took a journal and I made a list of 100 things that I could do to feel better, and many of these things I stopped doing altogether. Okay. So, one of those, and I didn't get to 100, by the way. I just got to like 30 because I couldn't come up with anything else. But as I went through that list, there were so many things that I could do so easy such as, I mean, I live in Tampa, so going to the beach and watch the sunset with a little picnic basket. Perfect, you know. Didn't cost me anything just to, you know, get some cold cuts, whatever, you know, some tea or wine, or, you know, just go with a blanket and watch the sunset. Maybe it is to get your nails done, your feet done, you know, maybe it is to get a massage, maybe it is to do a bubble bath, you know. And that's one of mine. You know, I have a nice tub that I barely use, so then I started using it again at least once a week. Maybe it's putting a face mask, guy or girl, right? You know, maybe it's getting a haircut, dyeing your hair, you know, maybe next time you see this video, my hair may be purple, you know, I don't know. I mean, I should shave it too, because that's one of the things. I'm like, you know what, I need to go do something so radical that when I look at myself in the mirror, I see somebody completely different. So I don't know, something came over me. I went and got the shears and locked myself in my room with a glass of wine and just started and shaved it. And a lot of people, my neighbors who I love, they saw that I had cancer, so I had to kind of know I don't have cancer. Just, you know, going through a little midlife crisis here. And I actually love it now. You know, my hairdresser thinks I'm not gonna let it grow. We'll see what happens. It's been now months, and you know, it's growing now. But you know, finding something radical that some people I know get a tattoo to remind them of their journey. You know, I don't know, I may or may not get a tattoo. I don't know. But, you know, find something that you truly love. Try to fall in love with you again, you know, and find yourself in that space. Like right now, I took off yoga. Now I do yoga every day, and I'm changing my diet now. I'm leaning towards being vegetarian. I've done it before for a period of time, and I'm really, you know, enjoying the journey of finding different recipes and that sort of thing. But, you know, you don't have to go to those extremes. But my point is to make a list. Make a list of things you want to try, you want to do. You know, I'm actually planning to go to Burning Man next year. If you don't know what that is, Google it. There's a lot of videos on what Burning Man is. And, you know, I'm already kind of deciding on renting a RV, driving it myself, motorhome, driving it myself, small motorhome just for me. Planning what I'm going to eat over there, what I'm going to do. I need to get a bike. I'll probably get it from Goodwill, you know, like those sort of things. So find something that excites you, you know, that, and just let it rest. Put the relationship on ice. If you're separated, put it on ice. Just stop focusing on them and what they did to you, but start focusing on you. Start truly finding what juiciness about you, what's so juicy about you, you know. Find your mojo again. And let me tell you, when that person sees you, may not recognize you. Not because you got, you know, a lot of Botox and all that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that they're going to see the perk in your step, that you're like, you know, it is what it is. And take your lessons from your relationship, you know. And again, if you try it again, wonderful. But make sure that whatever that broke the relationship before, you know, that you take ownership for your piece of it, you're part of it, right? That you take care of that, and that the other person did the work that they need to do. Okay, so if you need any more advice, if you're going through, you know, a divorce or separation, comment down below. And you know, what are you doing? What is like the one thing that you could do right now that, you know, that definitely will help you get that step back? And yeah, my contact information is down below. I do personal coaching, and when it comes to business and personal coaching, and especially when it comes down to healing and finding your mojo again. All right, again, my name is Yamil. Contact down below. Please subscribe. There'll be a lot more videos like this. Mwah. Bye.